This one I really like. I went out for a walk, and it was extremely cold that day. You can see there's quite a lot of snow on the ground. And all of a sudden, there it was, boing, right in front of me. I couldn't believe it. And this mountain at the back is Lightning Ridge, where there's been a lot of stories around Lightning Ridge of after its name. It seems to attract a lot of lightning, and also a lot of lights that nobody can explain have been seen either, well, just above the mountain, or one story I got was seemed to be on the mountain, but where it was, there was no way it could be quads, quad lights, because if you remember, Lightning Ridge is very steep and high at the top there. So this one I love too. Now this was taken on sunset, and you get a lot of storm fronts, of course, in Chinooks there. So I was standing in the middle of the playing field and trying to get some pictures of the sunset, which the sun was setting behind me. And then I looked up in the sky and I saw this cloud formation.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous? Yeah. This one is really cool too. This actually is a detail of the picture that's probably about a quarter of it. And this was a cloud. It was the same sunset. So if you saw that one just before me, before this one, that was on the other side. Now I turned and I faced towards where the sun was going down. The sun was going down over here. This is Ambler Mountain. And I call this the cloud cap. And so I thought it was floating this way. And I thought, oh, all it's got to do is come along and sit right down on top of Ambler. It's got a little trail behind it. Now this one had some interesting feedback on it. This was a sunrise taken from my deck, and a lot of times you see different animal shapes or different sometimes faces in the clouds. And so I've asked people, before I tell you the name of this, because it'll give it away, what animals do you see on those clouds? If you use your imagination. What do you think this one is?
I would say a bear.
A bear. And this one's not as obvious, but anybody else?
Or a bull.
A which?
A bull, maybe.
A bull.
With
So
its
which
head
side would be its
down.
head?
Well, the side beside the tree. It's got
Down
its
here?
head down. And
Oh,
it's
okay.
pushing against the tree.
Okay, that's the first time I've heard that. Yeah.
I actually saw it as kind of a dolphin, again with the head being kind of by the tree,
Yeah.
and then some flippers.
Well, funny enough, people, first of all, and I was trying to see it, and I thought, okay, are they talking about this one or this one? They said a fish.
Really?
I can see kind of a fish here. There's its eye, and this could be its mouth.
Oh, right.
Right?
It's upside down. Sure.
But what I call this one is sky bear. So there's its head, and it's got its one left foreleg stretched out, and then there's the right one, and then it's grizzly hump, and then going to the back. So it's really cool to use the imagination when you're cloud watching. Now, how's that one? That's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
obvious.
That
eh?
looks like a person.
Ear.
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing detail,
amazing.
hey?
Yeah, that totally
So the
looks
one
like
is really obvious, but there's actually two faces there. Can you see two faces?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Oh, I don't see the second one.
Okay, Harry's using his imagination there.
Where do you see the second one?
Okay,
They're face to face.
there you go. So the first one, this is taken over Grand Mountain. So there's he's got like an Elvis Presley kind of little hair thing, and the eyebrow,
Oh, I see
eye,
the
nose,
second
mouth,
one.
chin.
Okay, now I
There's his
see.
ear.
There
There's
it
the
is.
eye and the nose. He's kind of scowling,
Yeah.
but he's looking
Yeah.
down at that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one is taken early morning, again at the tourism center when I'm opening. I get the chance because nobody else is around, and it's a full moon. So I don't know how many of you are aware the last year, and I think it's last 2 years, has been perigee moons. So a perigee moon is when the full moon is about 4% closer to the Earth in its orbit, and so it appears much larger than it usually is. And so there have been some fantastic perigee moons, and I tried to get pictures, but of course I didn't have a good enough camera. But I think this was around one of the perigee moons. This was in the morning, as I say. This is a perigee moon taken by a lady, and it's also part halo, and it was the time of the eclipse. So actually, this is the Earth's shadow coming across. So it was a moon eclipse, and it was a perigee moon. It was amazing. And then of course you got this beautiful halo that you get, part halo around the moon.